$100,000 sounds like the finish line. For most wealthy people, it's actually the starting line. Because the biggest surprise isn't how they spend their first $100,000. It's what they refuse to spend it on. And by the end of this video, you'll see why that decision quietly changes everything. Imagine two friends. Both suddenly have $100,000 sitting in their bank account. One celebrates immediately. New SUV. Luxury apartment. Designer furniture. A vacation that looks incredible on Instagram. 12 months later, most of the money has disappeared. Now meet the second person. Same amount. Same excitement. But they pause for 1 week before touching a dollar. That tiny delay ends up being worth hundreds of thousands over the next decade. Here's why. Most people think money creates wealth. Rich people know systems create wealth. Money is simply the first brick. The system is the building. That's a completely different game. The first thing many wealthy people buy isn't exciting. It's time. Not free time. Productive time. Picture someone running an online business. They're answering emails, scheduling meetings, editing videos, tracking expenses, and trying to grow the company. They're busy every minute. But only one of those jobs actually grows the business. So they hire someone to handle the rest. It feels strange at first. Paying someone else to do work you could do yourself almost feels wasteful. Until one afternoon creates twice as much income as the employee's entire monthly salary. Suddenly, hiring wasn't an expense. It was an investment. That's a mental shift most people never make. Then comes the decision almost nobody talks about. They don't chase the highest return. They chase the most reliable habit. Instead of asking, which investment will double my money? They ask, how do I make investing automatic? Imagine watering a tree. You don't dump a swimming pool on it once. You give it water consistently. Wealth works the same way. Tendency beats intensity far more often than people expect. And that brings us to the mistake that quietly destroys six-figure savings. Lifestyle inflation. It doesn't arrive wearing a warning sign. It shows up looking like a reward. A nicer apartment. A more expensive car payment. 5 subscriptions instead of 1. Weekend trips become normal. Then business class feels normal. Eventually, your paycheck grows. But your freedom doesn't. The scary part? It happens so gradually that it feels completely reasonable. Now here's something that surprises almost everyone. Many wealthy people don't keep all $100,000 invested. They intentionally leave some cash untouched. Why? Because opportunities rarely send an invitation. Imagine your dream business becomes available. Or a rental property hits the market below value. Or the stock market suddenly drops. If every dollar is locked away, you watch the opportunity pass by. Cash isn't always sitting idle. Sometimes it's waiting for the right moment to work. Another habit separates experienced investors from beginners. They buy boring things. That sounds disappointing. Until you understand the math. Imagine owning a small piece of hundreds of successful companies instead of trying to guess the next superstar stock. It's less exciting. It also lets you sleep better at night. Rich people often care more about avoiding catastrophic mistakes than finding magical wins. Because one huge loss can erase years of progress. Then something interesting happens. Around this point, they stop asking, how much money did I make? They start asking, what produced this money? That's a completely different question. If every dollar depends on your time, you own a demanding job. If money keeps arriving because of businesses, investments, or assets, you own a system. The goal slowly changes from earning income to building machines that keep producing it. Here's an example. Imagine planting an apple tree. The first year, it costs money. The second year, you take care of it. The third year, maybe a few apples appear. Years later, the tree feeds you without starting over from zero every morning. Assets work like that. Some grow slowly. Some never grow at all. Learning the difference is where wealth really begins. Ironically, the first $100,000 isn't valuable because it's a large number. It's valuable because it teaches discipline. Every dollar after that becomes easier to grow because the habits already exist. Without those habits, $1 million can disappear. With them, even modest investments can become surprisingly powerful over time. That's why wealthy people often seem patient. They're not waiting because nothing is happening. They're waiting because compounding is happening quietly. And quiet progress usually beats dramatic progress. So if you remember only one thing from this video, remember this. The first $100,000 isn't a prize. It's a tool. Some people use it to upgrade their lifestyle. Others use it to build a machine that upgrades their future. That single decision creates two completely different financial lives. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more videos, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.